I'm here with Dr. Stephanie. She is tagged down below. ADHD and PTSD. How do these get confused? I don't think people logically will think in their brain that if I have PTSD, it actually can mirror ADHD. How does it mirror it?
Think about your hypersensitivity.
Okay.
So
like rejection and everything.
Yeah, the rejection sensitivity.
Okay.
So if you have ADHD, it's not always connected, but it's highly connected to ADHD individuals, is that rejection sensitivity dysphoria. So even if the rejection is perceived or real, we internalize it and it hurts more than others.
Right.
Right? And with PTSD, there's that rejection as well, that hypersensitivity to things around you. Also, because our ADHD brains go so fast, we startle easy.
Right.
And so, but that's also a sign of PTSD.
True.
Is the sensitivity to the sounds and, the startle. Depression and anxiety. We have depression because maybe our brains are going so fast, or maybe they're going so fast and we have anxiety, or, maybe we reach one of those lulls and we don't want to get out of bed. And it's hard to self-care because our brains are just, I call it my ADHD bad days, right? But that mimics PTSD as well.
Right. No, that definitely makes sense. And I think that's where the problem is you don't realize that because you just think, you think PTSD is this massively traumatic experience. And, it comes with soldiers have it and, people, first responders have it, but normal people can get it too.
Car accidents. Even if you witness a car accident, you saw something, you may not have been in it, but you saw somebody and you saw something ejected or you saw something troubling to you. That can cause PTSD. There's the little T trauma and the big T trauma. Big T would be, but here's the thing. I can't tell you what your big T is going to be. I can't tell you what my big T is going to be. So it's subjective. It's according to your perspective. And some people are like, oh, but I've not had anything traumatic. I've only been raped 5 times. And, there's people who's had it worse than me. And I'm like, do you understand what you're saying to me right now?
Right.
I had a client that came in recently and was like, oh, but I think about everything else that people go through. And so I don't consider it PTSD. And they were sharing their story. And I was like, holy shit, yes. Do you realize the amount of trauma that you're carrying and your body carries that? And another thing with PTSD and ADHD is our bodies carry PTSD. We may not know, sometimes our heart may hurt. We might pass by something that's familiar and we can't breathe. But then again, we can't do that with ADHD because we're always going.
Right.
So it's so close to, it's hard to differentiate sometimes.
And that's the importance of getting a diagnosis. Absolutely.
Get diagnosed. Don't do TikTok diagnosis, do doctor diagnosis, because believe it or not, we go to school for this.
Exactly. So I have Dr. Stephanie tagged down below. Check her out. She is amazing.